Yes, ma'am.
What do you feel about gun control?
About what?
Gun control.
Wait, okay, gun control, that's great. I got opinions on everything. And gun control, I think that, you know, like this guy down here in Florida killed 50 people and wounded another 50 people. You can only do that with an automatic weapon. You can't do that with a lever action or a bolt action, a weapon that you have to do something manually yourself before you fire it again. I know they call them semi-automatic weapons. Semi-automatic weapons. Well, they're automatic weapons. Those weapons are, you just pull the trigger and shoot people. And you know, it's hard to attack somebody who's got a semi-automatic weapon. This is what I would do if I ran the zoo and could do it. And by the way, in order for this to happen, we need to have a real cultural change in the United States. So I don't see this happening anytime soon. But I believe we ought to ban semi-automatic weapons. You know, well, they did that in Australia. They banned semi-automatic weapons. They brought them back. They said, if you've got semi-automatic weapons, bring them in and we'll pay you for them. And so people turned them in. In Australia, they turned them in. And the gun violence in Australia went down more than the advocates of that policy thought. I mean, it was just a great thing. And if you think about these you know, massacres that we've seen, you know, we see routinely now, right, that's somebody in there with an automatic weapon. And if you put him in there with a semi-automatic or with a weapon, you know, a lever action or a bolt action, and it only can shoot 5 or 6 rounds, they can't kill that many people because everybody will attack. I mean, we know that from 9/11. You know the airplane, Flight 93. We knew that, you know, the people on that flight understood that those guys were up to no good, and they attacked them. And that ended that hijacking. They didn't go into any buildings with that plane. Because that's the kind of people the United States citizens are. We are, you know, we're good people. And if we see somebody doing something really wrong, we'll step in there and do something about it. But you can't do that if a guy's got a weapon, he's just going to shoot you down. So that's what I would do. And I think that, you know, the NRA used to be a great organization. When I was a kid, I took an NRA safety course. Taught me how to handle a weapon, you know, be safe with it, you know, so I could go out hunting. You know, and hunting's a great thing here in South Dakota. We always had hunting. When I was a little kid, the hunters would come. It was a big deal, hunting season. I'm sure yours in Aberdeen today.
Yeah.
People came there from all around the country to the farm that I grew up on. And these guys would come and they'd bring their guns. And their guns were really fancy guns, but they were mostly double-barrel shotguns or over and under shotguns. Occasionally you would see a pump shotgun. But these guys would go out and shoot clay pigeons before the hunt. And they'd compare each other's guns and ooh and ah of them. And nobody had an automatic weapon. Not one. I don't remember seeing one. And if they would have had one, guys would have made fun of them. Because these guys believe that, you know, you need 1 or 2 shells to get the pheasant. You don't need to go bang, 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 bang. You know, don't need to do that. That bang, 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 bang thing is, you know, when I was in the military, I did, you know, training as an infantry guy. You know, so the technology was we'd walk through the woods, and if we took fire, the idea was we would all turn to where the fire came from and take our weapons. We had M16s. Take those weapons and we put them on automatic, and we would just lay down fire. Those things could fire 800 rounds a minute. They put out a lot of firepower. If you take 13 guys all sitting there laying down fire like that, yeah, it takes care of the guy out there. But that's not hunting pheasants. That's killing people in a war. And we don't need those weapons in private people's hands. I would go so far as to say this, you know, people who really want to have automatic weapons and fire, we could license gun stations where people could go and pay a fee and shoot at targets and bang up all they want. I really wouldn't be opposed to that. You know, let people, you know, have that experience that they want. But there's no reason why Joe Schmo over here should have automatic weapons up to the hilt in his back room, and when he gets mad at somebody, he takes his weapons and his 50-round clip and goes out and kills people. No reason for that. We can certainly cut down on the violence. We won't stop it. There's still going to be violence. But we can certainly make it so that a guy goes into an elementary school and kills 30 first graders. Are you kidding me? That's just not right. And it shouldn't be that way. So we need to take some action. It's going to be very difficult to do that. If we elect all Democrats, I bet we can.